Hey, how we doing? I'm Gary, and today we've got a cool little Volturn team that's centered around Persian. This thing's fast as hell, hits like a train, and pairs really well with Jolteon for like quick pivots. And we got a match against Chris, or Pokemon Master, on Discord, and it was a really good little match. So let's get right into it. So I'm going to kind of lead off with Jolteon here to either Volt Switch out and get a better matchup, or absolutely drop whatever's in front of me, as he leads off with Copperaja, who's just going to sink into the floor, and we're going to act like that's completely normal, because Pokemon. So I go for the Volt Switch, and it actually gets a critical hit, which drops this thing really low. It's really unfortunate for my opponent. But I bring in my other evolution to absolutely tank a physical hit if it came in, but as we see, this thing just kind of goes for the Stealth Rocks. And I'm just going to go for the Surf and hoping to KO this thing, and that's one of his team down. So this thing kind of did its job, it got the rocks up. But on the free switch, he's going to bring in Electros. And this thing's kind of terrifying. It's bulky and it gets a crazy move pool and has insane coverage. So I bring in Goodra to kind of scout it and see what it's going to do, kind of assess the threat, as he goes for the Acid Spray. And Acid Spray is going to drop my special defense really low, but Goodra's so naturally specially bulky and we're rocking that Assault Vest that I'm just going to go for the Draco Meteor anyway, and we get a critical hit, which is kind of amazing. It's kind of crazy too. But he goes for Acid Spray again, and Goodra's out here like a sitting duck, and not wanting him to drop too early, I bring in Jolteon to soak a Thunderbolt or a Volt Switch, and we do see that Thunderbolt, and now with that beautiful Volt Absorb ability, Jolteon's back at full HP, and it's like he never even took the rocks damage. That's pretty nice. So I'm a Choice Specs variant, and I have to lock in one move, and Shadow Ball hits everything on his team, and he brings in Goodra, which absolutely tanks it, telling that thing is way invested in special defense. So I bring in Razor to Veluza to just get a physical hit off against this thing, and hopefully chip it down so that something else can come in. And we absolutely tank a Sludge Bomb, and he eats this little berry that he's got spiked onto his fin somehow, or I don't know how to fish holds berries. But he goes for the Psycho Cut, and I'm hoping to that's low enough that I can drop this thing later, as he goes for the Dragon Tail and forces me out into the Shiny Cougar. And you never want to wake up this cat too early from his nap, and the Goodras realize this because it doesn't want to take a fake out. So he doubles out, gets the hell out of there, and brings back in the Electros. And this thing tanks a fake out somehow, and I'm kinda in shock here. So I go for the U-turn, and when you kill with U-turn, you have to send out your Pokemon first. So I'm kinda thinking these rocks are a little bit of a pain in the ass, they're kinda limiting the amount of Volt Switch U-turning I can do. So I bring in Blue, hoping to use Defog, get rid of it, and I can keep my Volt Switch bullshit going. But he brings in the Pom Pom Bird and just says, nope. So not wanting Blue to go down immediately, I bring back in Goodra to tank whatever this thing is going to do, as he goes for the Revelation Dance. And as we see, Revelation Dance is going to do absolutely nothing, kind of tickle Goodra. So the Pom Pom Bird doesn't want to die immediately either, and he sends out his own Goodra. And right here we have the Shiny Goodra standoff for all of about 2 seconds before Draco Meteor absolutely obliterates the enemy Goodra. So onto his free switch, he brings in the Zangoose, and this thing's kind of terrifying. It's a glass cannon, but with that Toxic Boost ability and Toxic Orb, it actually hits like a train. And as you see, it sets up a Swords Dance, so I stayed in here and went for the -2 Draco just to get any damage off against this thing I could, so hopefully Persian could kill it with a fake out at some point. But as we see, even with a measly quick attack, the Toxic Orb damage will make it so this thing absolutely rips through a team. But after that damage, I'm looking at it, he's so low that I'm really hoping Fake Out's going to absolutely drop this thing. So we come in, we take our little rocks damage, and he switches out and goes into Houndoom to take the Fake Out. So Fake Out does just over half, and I'm thinking the U-turn is going to kill here, but shockingly, this Houndoom clings on for dear life somehow, Houndoom to well trained. And I bring in Razor to die this thing, because this thing not dying was really inconvenient, and now something just has to kind of take an attack from it, and Razor's kind of done his job, you know? It chipped down to Goodra, it's done its thing. So I bring back into Jolteon on the switch, and I'm thinking that a Volt Switch is going to kill just about anything. So he leaves the Houndoom in, not wanting it to go down, not wanting it to hang around. And Volt Switch kills him, so now I have to bring in a Pokemon on the free switch again. And I'm going to bring back into Persian, because this way I have a preserved Fake Out against whatever comes in, and I could U-turn out if it's bad. So, I'm going to Terastallize and throw a giant crystal on my Pokemon, and it's going to be just fine, and bust out of with a big old diamond on his head. So, we're Terra Normal, and I'm going to go for the Stab Terra Normal Fake Out, which is going to absolutely nuke this thing. Doing, what, 60%? That's crazy. So, Persian's really low, and the Life Orb's gonna start killing him real soon, so I figure we go out with a bang, and I go for the Giga Impact. That Giga Impact killed that Oricorio and every other Oricorio in all of Paldea, I swear. So, he brings back in the Zangoose, and he kinda has to kill this thing, because it can't just sit around and, like, outspeed him. So, he just goes for the Facade, which absolutely drops it. Facade's another move that also gets boosted by Toxic Boost, so it's Toxic Boost, Poison Boost, Facade with Stab, crazy damage. But this Zangoose is really low, and it's looking like anything can take it out, so to clutch up this game, I'm going to go into Vaporeon, and hopefully he can tank any one hit from this thing. And we live a Facade badly, but we live, and Surf KOs the Zangoose and ties up the game. So, that's about it, and thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Absolute GG's to Chris. I had a great time, and this Volturn team was a really fun little team to play with. And I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace out.